what is going on. So I got the SC up in the air, and recently had the big contralapse wing installed, and the KBD front lip. I need a little bit more aggressive arrow up the front, so I'm about to do a DIY, or you could say custom front splitter. And this is out of plywood, and the specific dimensions here that I'm going to use is 6 feet by 4, and that should be plenty to play with, so hopefully it turns out good. Not to mention I still gotta add the end plates in. Alright, so I got both sides somewhat squared as much as I can, and what I'm gonna do is start trimming from back here, just so I can start kind of like pushing the bottom section a little bit deeper, because I want to have like a little bit of coverage on the bottom. So just kind of pre-mark this. Kind of hard to see actually, but give you like a general idea or ballpark or whatever of like where to start cutting. So it's not the greatest, but just kind of, again, this is just gonna be like a little quick rough draft for finalization. So all right, so that's kind of like a rough draft of the measurement. I'm gonna clean it up, but this just kind of gives me an idea of where I want to start. So in actuality, I'm gonna go from here and 19 inches in, just to get that clearance for the tires or steering. It's like when I can go full lock to lock, not have to worry about like hitting anything, just reducing the chance. Some of the stuff you'll probably need is the jigsaw. The jigsaw is going to help making the work process a lot easier when you cut it. And then of course, get a planer. This is a nice planer. You can't go wrong with the price for a Ryobi, especially if you're doing like a lot of like DIYs. Definitely suggested. It's just going to make building your projects and other future builds and stuff a lot easier. Highly suggested. Alright, so I'm going to need 2 hands to cut this real quick, so catch you in a bit. Alright, so I got the back wheel section trimmed. So it's going to look like square up as much as you can. I think I'm going to come out to like, I don't know, 3 to 4 inches from the lip. To start. Okay, so in order for me to try to keep this consistent, how I'm gonna do it is I chopped off one of the plywood leftovers that I had, and I just covered it with like blue paper towel, so the little shop towels. And then this is exactly 3 inches, or just over 3 inches. And what I was gonna do is just basically just gonna protect the lip. I mean, not that it really matters because the lip needs to be painted to it at some point, but I don't want to scratch it too much. And I was just gonna go across it like so, just to give me that consistency all the way around, if that makes sense. So I'll do that real quick and then show you the drawing of it after I'm done. Alright, so that's the drawing of it. It looks pretty consistent. I do believe that's a little bit over 3 inches all around. Let me check that just to confirm. 3 and focus. Come on. Fucking quick. I swear to God, dude. 3 7/8 all the way around. I would say that's more than plenty to play with, and I will be adding end plates and tapering the edges just to clean it up a bit. So I pretty much have it mocked up, and then get up to go drill some holes out and cut some sections out for the ventilation for air to evacuate into the radiator. It's probably in the center there somewhere. But for the side, I'm gonna reuse my old end plates for my redox super lip. I'm gonna remount them here. I had already cut this section off, so it's pretty close. Hopefully clean out good. We'll see. So I did get the end plates out. Gotta clean up this rust spot a little bit, but this is how they're gonna sit. Yep. This is using a planer to smooth out the rough edges. I mean, you don't have to, but I'm a little bit on the picky side, so I'm gonna do it anyways. Alright, so that is pretty much what it looks like mocked up. And now what I'm gonna do is go under, draw out the sections where I want to cut out. Because do you notice one thing? See it, probably can't, but my cooling fins right there in the bumper is now blocked off for my skid tray underneath. So I'm gonna have to cut this section right here open and find a way to funnel or channel air through that, so I don't have any cooling issue. So I'll just sort that out. Kind of excited actually. Still going, trying to cut out the access point. That's going to be for like the oil pan and filter access point for my C30 concept inner tray. Notching these ends just for accessibility for the hardware. Still more to do. Alright, so it's somewhat fitted. Come closer little by little. Notch this area right here, so little filter. And I like drop the splitter. Notch that spot right there. See it. Go slowly in there. This is a bit time consuming. Alright, so the finished product that I built. The brackets in, they are masked off from spraying bed liner. Hold on, let me take this. Wearing a face mask. So, you know, you don't want to breathe that shit in. But yeah, this is done. I'm going to mount it. Should be good to go. I mean, the process wasn't that difficult. It was more of like time consuming, and you know, you got to run back and forth through the hardware store to like find the right components that you need to make it work. So, I mean, all in all, the total weight of this thing is like 18, 19 pounds as is. So it's really not that bad. Plywood is like inexpensive. They can take a beating. So I read some more into it and looked up some other videos, and this is the reason why I went this route, because it's cost effective. So yeah, probably gonna make additional templates, and then build other splitters out of the different materials, and then maybe start listing them for sale. If anyone's interested, hit me up. Alright, I'm gonna try to get this thing mounted shortly and see what it looks like once it's on the ground. Oh yeah, still gotta put the end plates in right before I do that. Gotta get the end plates in. Alright, finally it's done. Got the end plates in, everything's mounted. I think we're good to go. Gonna try to get some footages in the daytime, because you know, nighttime doesn't really do justice. Looks pretty good. Track days in 2 days, we're ready to go.